Hello fans, you'll never guess where I am today. I'm in my local park, wonderful blue sky, very clear. The sky always makes me think of what's beyond the sky, space. And our first friend, the moon. And then I start thinking, as many must do, what about toilets for space men, astronauts, taikonauts if they're Chinese? How do they go to the toilet? This is a fascinating problem. You take the toilet for granted, as you should do. By the way, you should celebrate International Toilet Day, which is the 19th of November. The astronauts that landed on the moon, Neal Armstrong and Aldrin, wore essentially baby diapers. In fact, a lot of the development of baby diapers came from the space program. Back on the mothership, they used bags and tubes to deal with toilet work. This is fine for a few days, but it does not work in the long run. The current Artemis mission, Artemis 2, which travelled farther than anyone's ever travelled before to circulate the moon, they had a toilet on board, and apparently it had problems. And what the world knows about the Artemis 2 mission, or one of the things they know, is the toilet broke down. Can you imagine being in a short, confined space with 3 other people, 8 days from another toilet, and the toilet breaks? It was soon fixed. It was thought to be due to ice in some of the tubing. The space stations have toilets. Why is it difficult to have a toilet in space? Well, the problem is there's no direction. Where is ground? There's no ground. Therefore, what you do, your toilet business, will go everywhere. There is a toilet designed for both number 1 and number 2. Number 2 actually has you sitting down on a toilet seat. A direction is defined by pressured air. It creates a passageway. So there is a direction defined by pressured air, otherwise everything goes everywhere. The astronaut is strapped to the floor so he doesn't float around either when he's doing his business. Otherwise that can happen. And again, this is for space stations, rather big places where there's room and have well-developed toilets. What about when people travel to Mars? It's 8 months to get to Mars with current propulsion technology. And then when they get to Mars, oh my, there may be a queue for the one toilet that they might have there. It's a fascinating problem. It is under consideration how to have a toilet system for the moon space station, the space station on the moon, and also for trips to Mars. You know that you are full of water. The human body is full of water, and you cannot transport water on a trip to Mars. Everything has to be reusable, recyclable. Even the water from your toilet, both number 1 and number 2. Currently, NASA recycles about 90% of the water used, or even when you breathe, water comes out. They hope to recycle 98%. I did read a wonderful comment by a female astronaut from Space Station Visit, and she said, "Today's coffee will be tomorrow's coffee too." Thank you.